Hey guys, it's me, Ingo here. Hi. Hello. Today I've picked out 5 warm tone eyeshadow palettes that I really like. The palettes I chose all have the colors which I use often. They're all palettes with brownish colors. So let me introduce each palette, show you a short makeup look, and take some time to do a short comparison and give some recommendations. The warm tone eyeshadow palettes I have with me today are a 6 shadow, an 8 and 9 shadow palettes. So in no specific order, I'll start with the 3CE palette. I have here the 3CE's Mood Multi Eye Color Palette Smoother. It's a 9 shadow palette that consists of all matte shadows, and as you guys might be able to tell, I really love this palette as I'm starting to pan a couple of these shades. I find that this palette applies on very smoothly with my fingers, and since the adhesion is neither very strong nor light, it's one of the reasons why I really like it as it's very comfortable to use. Although the overall color seems to be yellowish, they're not too yellow and feel warm. Being that it has colors from ivory to even a color that works as a good eyeliner substitute, the colors can also be mixed to create any color you want. In addition, there are colors that can also be used for the eyebrows, eyeline, and even for shading, so it allows me to complete my overall eye makeup with one palette alone, making it quite useful. Next is Wake Make's palette. I brought Wake Make's Mood Styler palette number 1 Normal Brown. As an 8 shadow palette, it consists of 3 mattes, 1 shimmer, 2 glitters, 1 shading, and 1 blusher. Since it applies smoothly and the colors are not too dark, I think it'll be easy to use even for beginners. In addition, the small size of the glitter particles along with the solid glitter they give off gives them an overall harmonized feel. The palette consists of relatively orangish or apricot feeling colors. The only thing I found to be a bit disappointing thing was that the darkest color was the shimmer shadow. I personally feel that it would have been better if it was a matte shadow. Despite that, when used as an eyeliner, it actually looks better than I thought. With the shading and blusher also being good as eyeshadows, I personally find that when contouring with the shading shade, it also works nicely as a base eyeshadow, and for when you want a slightly livelier look, you can use the blusher with it as well. Next is Peach C's palette. I brought Peach C's Soft Mood Eyeshadow Palette Soft Brown. As a 9 shadow palette, it consists of 6 mattes, 1 matte glitter, and 3 glitters. Since the shadows blend evenly on the eyelid, apply seemingly without getting clumpy or fallout, so I find it quite easy to use. The shimmer feels a bit moist and the glitter particles seems to spread evenly. Overall, since the colors are slightly ash pink, I think they seem to be good for when doing darker makeup. Since the darkest color is matte, I find it to be great for drawing the eyeline or eyebrow. But when using it for my eyebrows, as I find it to be a bit too dark for the eyebrow, I'll mix in another bright color to lighten it slightly. Each row has 3 colors and it's said that different looks can be created with each row. Overall, I think this palette is highly versatile since you can create various looks with just this one palette. Next is Etude House's palette. Etude House's Play Color Eyes Mini Cookie Class is another favorite of mine. As a 6 shadow palette, it consists of 3 mattes, 1 shimmer, and 2 glitters. The mattes apply on smoothly without getting clumpy, and shimmers apply on moisturizing texture. The glitters seem to have a better application when applied with my finger than with a brush. Overall, I find the palette to have a warm autumn, yellowish brown baked feel. Even though this palette has the fewest color among the palettes I brought, I like how it has the colors that can be used as a substitute for shading, eyeliner, and eyebrows. These are the colors that have the standard warmth feeling, so they seem to be good for autumn daily makeup. So if there's someone who prefers autumn warm colors, then this palette will be perfect for you. Next on list is Peripera's palette. I brought Peripera's All Take Mood palette, Mood Breathing. As an 8 shadow palette, it consists of 6 mattes, 1 shimmer, and 1 glitter. I personally like using this palette when I'm going for a neutral shade makeup. The mattes apply on very softly, and in the case of the glitters, it's said to be a sparkling shower glitter and applies on with a very moisturizing texture and with high adhesion. Overall, it seems to consist of neutral colors, and from the center to the left, it seems that there's an apricot and whitish coral color, and on the right, it seems to have mauve feeling colors. Since this palette doesn't have any very dark colors, rather than there being a color that can be used as an eyeliner, it has colors better used for blending eyeliners. I also find the apricot and whitish coral color to be nice for creating brighter and livelier makeups. So like this, I've introduced 5 of my personal favorite palettes. They all have that similar brownish colors, but since they each give off a different warm feeling, let me finish off the video by doing a quick comparison and recommendations. When looking at all 5 palettes, 3CE has slightly yellowish brown colors, Wake Make has apricotish soft brown colors, Peach Sea has brown colors with a feel ashy pink. Edit House has baked brown colors. And Peripera has neutral brown colors. Among these palettes, those who don't like yellowish or reddish colors or are beginners who find it difficult to use brown shade colors, I recommend Peripera. If you like warm yellowish colors, I recommend 3CE, Edit House, or Wake Make. And if you like warm reddish colors, I recommend Peach Sea palette. If you like shade makeup and don't usually use glitters, I recommend 3CE. But if you like glitters and likes to do shiny makeup, I like to recommend using the palettes in this order with small glitter particles. Since I tend to do shade or daily brown makeup often, that's why all the palettes have brown colors, so I think those who often use warm colors or people with warm tones will like these palettes. Also, if you know of any other pretty brownish palettes out there other than the ones I've introduced today, let me know below in the comments. So that's it for my video today. Thank you for watching my video today. Don't forget to subscribe, press the like buttons, and please leave some comments for me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!